Welcome to week 6. I hope you're feeling really well and that last week you were able to do a lot of work finding the treasure and letting go of all the things that are making you feel unwell. So comments would be greatly appreciated. Just let me know how you're doing and keeping up with your affirmations. I am powerful if you still need it. I'm sorry as the new one that you're going to be carrying on for the next 3 weeks. And your meditation and eating well and lots of walks in the country, staying in the present moment, all of the things that you've learnt today, your homework and routine is really important to this rising, this awakening, if you like. So this week we are going to be looking at 5 keys that will stop you getting dragged back into the mud. When I was going through my journey, these were fundamental to my recovery because they keep you present, they keep you balanced in the moment. So the first of these keys are being impeccable with your word. Now, our word is so powerful. We can spit poison. We can be loving. Our word has a vibration, like everything does. A blade of grass, a table, a chair, everything is about vibration. So to be very aware of what is coming out of your mouth is vital, not only to other people, the environment, but also to how you feel about yourself. There is a really lovely experiment on YouTube that you can find called the rice experiment that you should have a look at, because this really shows how the negativity affects matter. And we are matter as well. So when people are spitting poison at us, being unkind, all of this negativity is being, when we allow it, is being absorbed by us. So you can kind of imagine this as being poisonous energy that is goes into our body. So the rice experiment are 2 jars of rice. And if you want to try this at home, please do. But make sure that you sterilize your jars and make sure that the rice, white rice, is boiled and cooled so that we don't have condensation and it spoils the experiment. And both jars are filled and sealed with boiled cooked rice. One jar is labelled with love and the other is with hate. Now, not only are the actual words vibration, but it's also the sound. So put one jar of rice in one room and the other in another room. And for about 11 days, speak to them like we speak to plants. Makes a big difference. So the love one, I love you. Feel how that melody of beautiful sound is going to bathe this jar of rice in love. And the other one is I hate you. Feel how guttural that is, how painful even to say it. And after a few days, you will start noticing that the hate rice is beginning to get black at the bottom. It's filling with mildew and the white stays pristine. And at the end of the experiment, it's quite extraordinary that the white love rice that you've been pouring your heart out to is pure white. And the hate rice is completely black with mildew. So looking at this helps you realize what you're doing to others through your word and what is being done to you through others' words. So this might make you think differently about how you use the spoken word. Now, when we are speaking from the head, it's probably going to be from ego. It's going to be, look at me, I'm great. I can do better than you. I'm better than you. But when you speak from your heart center, which is bringing your focus and holding it here, it can only be about love. It can only be about kindness. So be very careful this week that you are almost chopping your head off. I don't recommend that you do that at home, but try and keep your energy centered around your heart center. It feels like sort of a a change in water level, if you like. You can feel it sinking down to the heart center. Now, so you have to stay very present this week, which you should be learning to do quite well. It feels much better to be in this place. But we can also turn our energy up. So our energy field is about 2 feet away from our body. And this is why when you're standing on the train and people are encroaching on your space, it feels a bit uncomfortable. You're sort of like, oh, you're in my space. But we can change the projection of our energy field and increase it. So when I'm teaching my one-to-one clients, I make sure that my energy is to the edges of the room. So I'm bathing my clients in my beautiful energy. And of course, today I've turned it up for you as well. And I hope that you're feeling this at home. So I can show you how to do this. So close your eyes and let's just get ourselves nicely relaxed. Bring your focus down to your heart center. Take a nice breath. And now imagine that you've got a ball of energy in your chest again. Nice, white, vibrant, vibrating energy. Your essence, your soul, your being. And just focus your mind completely on this energy ball. Now with your mind, push this and expand it so that your skin will start tingling a little bit as you're kind of focusing on this area. So this ball is now expanded and is all light all the way through your body, and you're with your mind pushing it out of your skin, and you're pushing it about 2 foot away from your body. It will feel like you're kind of in water, that you've got this sort of energy field, this weight around you. It feels heavier. And just feel how that feels. You feel bigger in density, in size. So just kind of feel this for a second. Now with your mind, I want you to push this now to the edges of your room. So depending on where you are, how big your room is, just push your energy now to expand yourself to be as big as the environment that you're in. And feel how the pressure on your body is harder. You can feel this energy pouring down onto your skin all the way around you. Now, when we're in this state of being, we're protecting ourselves. We are becoming more able to repel people's negative energy, their poisonous words, and also, if you're feeling volatile, if you feel like you're being threatened or followed, you can use this technique to protect yourself. If you could see how this looked, you would be glowing, effervescent, as much as you're pouring your energy out with your mind. So just enjoy that feeling so that you know you're able to do this technique. Just notice how different the size of you feels. And now with your mind, just allow this now to start shrinking back towards your body. The pressure drops and you don't feel so much weight on your skin. And you can now bring that back to the outline of your physical shape. And let this ball return back into your chest so that you come back to your normal state of being. So you can bring yourself back into the room now. So this is really useful. When I was learning this technique, I had somebody who quite viciously was attacking me with their word. And because I was studying this subject at the time, it was a perfect opportunity to use this. And what happened was when I pushed my energy and held it there with a big smile on my face, not taking things personally and trying to do my best, which are the other keys that we're going to learn today, it was almost that their poisonous words, poisonous arrows, were bouncing off me back to them. It was almost like they were getting a shock from their own words without me having to say anything. So actually, when we use these techniques, we're teaching others as well to be kinder. And also, you're not taking all this toxic energy into your body. We spent all this time getting well and cleaning ourselves to be shiny. We don't want to allow any more negativity to come into our psyche. So use this technique whenever you need it. And it's just really nice to know that you can control your energy field to work with you, to protect you. So when we are speaking from the mind, it's going to be poisonous, it's going to be ego, and it hurts. It hurts ourselves, it hurts others. But when we are speaking from our heart center, everything is pure love. So this week is very much about staying in the present moment and using your energy field for good. So the second key is taking things personally. Now, we all do this. Again, it's ego. Ego's going, oh, don't say that to me. I don't want to handle this. Taking things personally causes a lot of problems. When we accept people's poisonous arrows, it makes us feel dreadful. And it causes a lot of pain and suffering for others and ourselves. So just stay in the moment. And if you are physically in this present moment, you'll kind of be a little bit like water off a duck's back. So just imagine that you're kind of going like this and just letting all of this stuff go. It's not going to help you and it's not going to help them. Keep yourself in the moment. Making assumptions. This one, again, is really difficult. Let's say, for example, that you've just got a new boyfriend or girlfriend and you're expecting them to call you at 6 o'clock in the evening and you're sitting by your phone and you're super excited and it gets to 7 o'clock and they haven't called. So now you start making assumptions. Well, I bet he's gone to the pub with his boys, or I know he's met another girl. You start fabricate these stories. By 8 o'clock, you've got yourself in such a state. By 9 o'clock, you're now texting, looking on Facebook, trying to find out where he is or she is. And we get ourselves in such a terrible place, making and fabricating these stories, which is causing us pain. By 11 o'clock, deleted. End of relationship, which hadn't even started. See how this can cause so many problems. What actually happened was he was called into a meeting at 6 o'clock, had to turn his phone off. He really liked you, so he didn't want to call you at 9 o'clock when he finished because he thought you might be asleep and was going to call you the next day. And when he went to call you the next day, he was blocked and it was over. So use that example to not make assumptions. We can never, ever know what is in somebody else's mind. It depends on your physical and mental well-being. If you're having a bad day, you will take things negatively. If you're having a good day and you're in a really good space, then you will see things differently. It's a little bit like if you and I went to a concert together and we travelled together the same, we ate the same food, we drank the same drink, we listened to the same music, we danced on our chairs together. And then somebody the next day asked us independently, how was your evening? So your evening and my evening story would be so different. We can never, ever assume or know what's going on in somebody else's mind. So just ask. Don't allow yourself to be back in the mud. I wonder if they liked me. I wonder if they did this. Try and stay in the present moment. Just let it go. And have hard facts rather than fabricating all of this stuff in our mind. It causes so much pain and worry. Doing your best. So for me, this one's easy. I really always try and do my best. Now, most of us take on far too many things. We like to be jack of all trades, or we're in a position where we're given too much. So firstly, prioritize. Get the things done first in your day that you're really good at. This is going to give you a sense of well-being and achievement. If you have things on your list and are able to delegate them to somebody else, do so, because it means that you're going to finish your day when you go into bed and you've done your gratitude work and you're like, I've done my best today. I have had the most fabulous day and I'm really pleased with my representation in the world. So don't overload yourself just for the sake of being jack of all trades. Just try and do what you enjoy doing, what makes you happy, and allow other people to help you out. This is going to give you a much better sense of worth at the end of the day. Listening to others. When we are in our heads, it's always about, look at me. It's always about trying to be this bigger version of yourself. So by constantly talking and allowing yourself to be this false personality, we forget to listen to others. Now, we can become very wise when we listen to others. A little bit like the Dalai Lama. Now, I'm not sure if he actually uses this technique, but I know that he does something similar. If you watch him speak on interviews, he always takes a pause before he answers a question. So he has listened fully. He is running his mind through what he's going to say. So maybe it's something like this. Think. Is it true? Now, ego will always make you lie. It will always make you make the story bigger, more interesting, more bravado. So check, is what you're saying true? H, is it helpful? Are you helping somebody else, or is it all about you? Most often, it will just be your version. Look at me, I can do this. My day was this. You know, like we spend so much time talking about ourselves, where other people may have something really interesting to listen to. I, is it inspiring? Is what you're telling somebody else going to inspire them to keep the conversation in the present moment? Will help you with this one step. N, is it necessary? Most of what we say is completely unnecessary. And in this case, if you've got nothing that's worth saying, don't say anything at all. This saying has been around for centuries, and this is kind of where it comes in. And K, is it kind? Are you sharing kindness with the world? If you are in the present moment, you absolutely will have no choice but to go through think. So your homework this week is to practice thinking about what you're going to say before you say it. Does it comply with think? It's quite difficult when we're used to not being in the moment. If you go and have a coffee with somebody, for example, and you try and stay in the moment, you can't talk about what happened last night, and you can't talk about how anxious you are about the future. It's kind of more about, you look really well today. Can I buy you a coffee? What are you doing today? How are you feeling? It's about keeping it in the moment. This avoids gossiping. Gossiping is killing the planet. Another part of your homework this week is to be really aware when you're on the train or you're in a cafe or you're out and about, is to listen how much gossiping is done. Again, this is all through ego, and it damages each other. It puts all this negativity out into the environment, and will, at the end of the day, when somebody's gossiped to you and you've accepted that, you've taken that poison on, you're then at home, you're probably going to ring somebody and gossip to them, and then it's going to go to somebody else, and then you're like, oh my God, I never should have said it to that person, because it's all going to come back on me. Look where you are. You're back in the mud. So Be really aware this week. Stay present. Stay in the heart center. Keep very aware of what's going on around you. Keep your conversations in the present. See if what you're talking about complies with Think. This is amazing training. And a lot of kids are learning this at school. Thank heavens. It's going to make a better world for us. So if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all is a really good one. All of these steps help you become a better human. Be aware of your energy field. Don't allow negative energy to come into your psyche. And by turning your energy up, you are repelling all of this poison back to the people that are trying to share it with you. So watch them and see if these poisonous arrows are penetrating. They won't realize in their mind what's going on, but their energy, their soul will feel this, and you might actually be teaching them a lesson to help them. So these 5 keys are hugely important to your mental well-being. Your book to read this week is The 5 Agreements, which is by Miguel Ruiz. It's the fundamental basis of these 5 keys. It's a beautiful book. There is the 4 agreements as well, but the 5th agreement has all of the agreements. It saves you buying 2 books. So I would highly recommend that you read this while you're practicing all of these steps this week. And this is going to take you on another step up the ladder to feeling better about yourself and becoming a better human. So until next week, I really hope that you master these techniques that I've shown you today, and it will contribute to your continuing journey. So until next time, have a fantastic week, and thank you very much.